Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here to give you my favorite MLB home run predictions for today. We're talking Sunday, May 11th. The Dong Report is back in your life. I'm going to have 4 MLB home run picks for you guys to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. It's the last day I'm going to have this background behind me. I'll be back home, normal Dong Report location tomorrow. I was hoping this new location would bring us good luck. It happened on Thursday. The last 2 days have been rough. That included yesterday. We can go through it. We did not get any, let me zoom in a little bit. We did not get any of our 4 guys to hit a home run yesterday. We were down 1.15 units. That now makes it 2 straight days in which we haven't gotten anybody to hit a home run. The Jackson Merrill had 3 hits above 100 miles per hour exit velocity. Just the launch angle was too low on all of them. What made that game frustrating was the Padres scored 21 runs, and basically their entire team hit a home run except for Jackson Merrill. Ohtani and Ryan O'Hearn didn't really come close, and then Corbin Carroll hit a triple that traveled 394 feet. So just a tough, frustrating day yesterday. That now brings our profit down to 6.3 units of profit on the entire season. This is all if you're following my unit size guiding, 14.76% ROI. Now, I mentioned yesterday that I'm hoping to have our season long, like once the entire Dong Report, entire MLB season ends, I'm hoping to have our ROI between like 15 and 20%. We did dip below that based on yesterday's results, but if we have a good day today, we could have a very good day today, it could get up to above 20%. And then if you just blindly put 1 unit on every single home run play, you don't bother with my unit size guiding, you're up 26 units. So, when you take a step back, you're able to see our profits and stuff, and you kind of see, okay, it's still been a very good first 6 weeks, 6-week start to the year. It's just frustrating when you're in the midst of the run that we are on. So hopefully we can turn it around today. I'm very confident in the 4 plays that we have, and we can get right into it. I'm looking at the park factors on Ballpark Pal, the odds screen, the positive EV screen, all this stuff on Ballpark Pal. Very, very helpful tool. Right now, I'll start with the weather. Put on my weather cap for today. But I will say, if you want to check out Ballpark Pal, I put a link to them in the description of the video. So some really juicy weather games. Coors Field, I'll have a play. The Athletics Yankees game, I'll have a play. I don't have anything in this Rays Brewers or the Orioles Angels, but 2 good weather games. I will have a play in one of these red games as well, but nothing that I'm really scared off of. And one thing that Ballpark Pal did that I do think is helpful is they add, instead of a percentage, which is kind of tough to comprehend or wrap your head around, not that you guys can't understand percentages, but like what does that actually mean? They added this model number, which just kind of tells you how many more or how many fewer home runs can we expect because of the weather. And it kind of shows you that as much as I love to put my weather cap on and talk about the weather, it's the matter of plus 0.6 units, 0.6 home runs versus, for this red game, minus 0.23 home runs. So it kind of shows you that only really the horrible games will affect it. Like 1 home run is actually, 0.3 of a home run is a pretty big deal. 0.6, not so much. 0.6, 0.64, all that stuff kind of shows you. But according to their odds screen, a lot of juicy guys to hit a home run, a lot of juicy plays here on guys to hit home runs. As you can see, a lot of orange, which is them highlighting a play that's positive expected value. And we can get right into it. So the first play that we are locking in here, I'm going right back to Jackson Merrill. I feel really good about going right back to Jackson Merrill. It's an A matchup for him against the Rockies pitcher. It's positive expected value according to Ballpark Pal. They have him priced at like plus 300. We are getting him. They have him priced at plus 307. We are getting him. It was plus 350. I wonder if that moved. Plus 350. You're still able to get it there, so no issues. And I put 0.3 units on him. Let me zoom in a little bit here as well. I put 0.3 units on him as opposed to the normal 0.25 because I want to make sure we're profiting about a unit. So 0.3 units on Jackson Merrill. I get that it might be annoying going with the same guy 3 straight days in a row, but you kind of got to take a step back and just see what they're doing at the plate and understand how hard home runs are to come by. Now, Jackson Merrill, as I mentioned, he did not hit a home run yesterday. He had 3 hard hits. One guy on the Gavin Sheets had 5, which is crazy. Cronenworth had 3. Fernando Tatis had 3. But all 3 of Jackson Merrill's hits were above 100 miles an hour. We see 102.5 from Jackson Merrill. We see 100.7 from Jackson Merrill. And there was another one, 105.8. The issue was the launch angle on all three of them. 3-degree launch angle, not gonna happen. -8-degree launch angle, not gonna happen. And -1. But he's hitting the ball hard. That's obviously very important. And you look at Jackson Merrill, since he's come back from injury, he's been very good. We're looking at his game log from Friday when I bet him to hit a home run and he did not. The Padres scored 13 runs, no big deal. He hit a baseball 382 feet. This was off the wall. It was a home run in 19 of 30 stadiums. So yeah, just because he did not hit a home run on Friday does not mean he had a bad day at the plate. And then you want to look at the game he played before that. So he played on the 7th, he was off the 8th, and then he played the 9th and the 10th. I've already showed you 2 games that were really good. Let me just show you this last one, and then I will move on from Jackson Merrill. He had 2 hits yesterday. Home run, 417 feet, 107.5 miles per hour off the bat. Fly out, 388 feet, 104.2 miles per hour off the bat. Home run in 5 of 30 stadiums, so not like a terrible beat. Hit the crap out of the baseball. Since he's come back from injury, which was the 6th, 2 hard hits, 3 hard hits, 1 hard hit, but that one was off the wall, 3 hard hits. So he's been very, very good since he came back from injury. And the Rockies just keep throwing these dong ball pitchers on the mound, just one after the other. Herman Marquez, I think that's how you pronounce it, is another one that I'm not scared of. I already mentioned it's a +10 extreme advantage for Jackson Merrill. From a release point perspective, A+. From a location perspective, it's a little bit hit or miss. Jackson Merrill mashes anything over the middle of the plate, which is where he likes to throw the ball, Herman Marquez. But Jackson Merrill also likes mashing in the middle of the plate in terms of height as opposed to, horizontally. Herman Marquez loves to pound low, and we don't have a ton of data on how Jackson Merrill hits it low. You can even look into it and see, like, all right, is he doing anything this year? No play log data, so they don't really have anything tracked for Jackson Merrill this year. But what we do know is that all the pitches that Herman Marquez throws are not good. D, D, B, so one above average. Guess what? A+, A+ for the top 2 pitches that he's going to see. And even if you go to FanGraphs, you look at their Stuff Plus. So Stuff Plus just measures literally the quote-unquote stuff of a pitcher's pitch. Looks at spin rate, velocity, movement, all that stuff, grades it. 100 is completely average. Below 100 is below average. And look at all his pitches. 72, disgusting. 74, disgusting. 93, only slightly below average. 67, disgusting. And that knuckle curve is his best pitch, but he throws it infrequently. So, yeah, it's been frustrating, Jackson Merrill not hitting a home run, but he's been really good. And then it's also positive expected value from an odds shopping perspective as well. As you can see, it's +5% positive EV, or sorry, +8% positive EV. If you can see that, hopefully that's not too low. But yeah, it's +5% positive EV for Jackson Merrill as well. Hopefully that you can see. Positive 8.9%. I don't care a ton about positive EV from a line shopping perspective because, it's like, how do you really grade? How do you really pricing odds to home runs is difficult. That's what I'm going to say. But hey, it's a feather in our cap. So that's play number 1, Jackson Merrill. Play number 2, I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of the way. Corbin Carroll to hit a home run. He's another guy that we went with yesterday that did not come through. He is best offered at +420 odds at FanDuel, and we're putting a quarter unit on him to hit a home run. So Corbin Carroll, kind of like Jackson Merrill, the last couple days he hasn't hit a home run when I've gone with him. Nothing concerning from him at the plate. We're going to go to that game they played yesterday. So he only had 1 hard hit, which, we're hoping for more than that, I will admit. But that 1 hard hit that he had, 105.1 miles per hour off the bat, traveled 394 feet. He smoked that baseball. He just hit it to dead center field. So it only would have been a home run in 4 of 30 stadiums, but he got a triple out of it. He hit the crap out of that baseball. And then you look at Friday when I bet him to hit a home run, and he did not. The Diamondbacks scored 11 runs, of course, but Corbin Carroll had 2 hard hits. And the most important thing here, both of those hard hits were put in the air. So we see 100.3 miles per hour off the bat, 382 feet, 34-degree launch angle. I mean, that is picture perfect. Just pull that a little bit more. And then we see another fly out, not quite as juicy as the first one, but still 96.8 is a hard hit. 39-degree launch angle is within range. That could be a home run. Only 362 feet, so needed to get a little bit more on that one as well. But as you can see, hitting the ball hard, and he's going up against a pitcher, Tony Gonsolin, who is not a good pitcher. He's only in the rotation because of injuries to the Dodgers starting rotation. He's only given up 2 home runs this year, granted in only like 11 innings. Guess what? Both those home runs were hit against lefties. His stats from righties to lefties are dramatically worse against left-handed hitters. Average of 320 against lefties, 125 against righties. Slugging 600, 125 against righties. WOBA, which, all these nerdy advanced stats just need to show you. Hit ball, go far when he's pitching to a left-handed hitter. And then the matchup, you see that it technically is only a +2 as opposed to the Jackson Merrill, which was a +10. More so because it's a question mark, right? It doesn't even give a letter grade. Jackson Merrill was graded an A. Corbin Carroll is graded as a question mark because there's not a ton of data. We see a lot of question marks on Corbin Carroll and the pitcher, the splitter. Gonsolin has a decent splitter, but the four-seam fastball is what he's going to see the most. Corbin Carroll annihilates four-seam fastballs. So I'm not really scared off of the fact that ballpark power isn't super high on the batter versus pitcher matchup because it is positive EV according to ballpark power. And actually you can get +430, so you can get even a better price. I got 420. You can now get 430, but it is positive EV, +418. Granted, slightly positive EV according to ballpark power. Still plus EV, and then it's also positive EV from a line shopping perspective as well. It's +6.5% positive expected value from a line shopping perspective, as you can see right here. So, I get that it might be frustrating going with the same guys 2 games in a row, but home run hitting is hard. And when you're finding guys that are hitting the ball hard, even if it's not clearing a fence, I'm going to feel good about it. That's play number 2. Next up, I'm going with Tyler Soderstrom to hit a home run. He is best offered at, so I locked him in at +500. You can actually now get him at +525 at Bet365. So another one where you're able to get a little bit of a better price, +500. Again, this is my Tails account where I send everything out, but hey, 525 is better than 500. Another slightly positive EV play according to Ballpark Pal. So another good sign there. +525, even the 500 is positive EV. So looking at Tyler Soderstrom, if you look at him, he hasn't hit a home run since this day right here on April 17th. He hasn't hit a home run since then. You look at his EV logs and his EV logs and everything since, let's look at the last 2 weeks or so since April 29th. It's not like he's been terrible. The 3 barrels is the concerning thing, but we're going to talk about that. But the 20 hard hits in that stretch is not bad. We see 2 hard hits, 0 barrels, 2 hard hits, 0 barrels, 3 hard hits, 1 barrel, so that's okay. But then 2, 3, all being 0 barrels. The issue with Tyler Soderstrom is he has not been able to put the ball in the air. He's been hitting it hard, but mostly ground balls. If you look at his batted ball numbers, ground ball rate, 66%, 100%, 50%, 75%, 50%. He's finally starting to put the ball in the air, which I'm going to show you in greater detail. So we're looking at the game he played yesterday where he did not hit a home run. The A's in general had a good game. He did not hit a home run, but look at him. 4 hard hits that led the Athletics. Bangaliers was close with 3. But 4 hard hits for Soderstrom. Not only that, but look at those launch angle and the distance on all 4 of them. Double, 386 feet, home run in 12 of 30 stadiums. 100 degrees off the bat, 31-degree launch angle. Picture perfect. 98.7 miles per hour off the bat, 30-degree launch angle, 375 feet. You pull that ball, that's a home run. And this was also against the lefty, Carlos Rodon, where Soderstrom, all his home runs have come against righties. And then he had another hit, 97 miles per hour off the bat, launch angle too low. That's fine. But then another one, again, just not quite hit hard enough, but 39-degree launch angle is good. 350 feet. That's 3 times he had a hard hit, and that ball was put in the air. He's going up against Clark Schmidt, the pitcher for the Yankees. Not a terrible pitcher. Another guy that really struggles against lefties. He's given up 3 home runs this year. All 3 of them have been hit by left-handed hitters, and it's the same thing. All his numbers across the board are worse against lefties. Average, 318, down to 152 against righties. Slugging, 636, down to 152 against righties. WOBA, again, all these nerd stats, 444, down to 168 against righties. Significantly worse against left-handed hitters. And yeah, this is another one where you don't have enough data, which is why you see it's not a great matchup for Tyler Soderstrom. We see a lot of question marks. It's only a C from the release point horizontally. We wish that was a little bit of a wider release, but vertically A+, that's good. And then we see question mark, question mark, question mark. nothing that is concerning to me in terms of the batter versus pitcher matchup. So Soderstrom, he had this binge at the beginning of the year where he could not stop hitting home runs. He's been ice cold since then. I think he's going to start going on another home run binge, hopefully soon. That's play number 3. And now our fourth and final pick of the video is Juan Soto, aka Han Solo. We're taking him to hit a home run. He is also best offered at plus 500 odds at Bet365 plus 500. And yeah, that's the best offered price. That's what I got for Juan Soto to hit a home run. That's what I sent it out at. So looking at Soto, he should not be plus 500 to hit a home run. The reason he is because it's a lefty versus lefty matchup. I'm here to tell you to not be concerned about the lefty versus lefty matchup. For starters, plus 10, extreme advantage in favor of Juan Soto. So that's a good sign. It's a good matchup according to Ballpark Pal. From a release point perspective, A and A. Yeah, it's not an A plus and A plus, but A's are good. A's are better than me when I was in school. From a pitch mix perspective, the biggest thing here is Soto has always annihilated four-seam fastballs, regardless of if against a righty or lefty. As you can see, A plus grade against left-handed four-seamers. From a location perspective, I mean, Soto is incredible, but Matthew Boyd likes to throw it high. Guess who hits pitches very well that are up in the strike zone? That is Juan Soto. Matthew Boyd also likes to throw it outside, and he's got a B on one of these, but everything else is an A plus to the outside. So high and outside is good for, I guess this is technically would be inside for Juan Soto because he's going to be a lefty. So that's perfect. High and inside, that's perfect for Juan Soto. That's why you see this as a plus 10. And if you look at Soto against lefties, we're going to look at his splits for a second, and then I'll show you how hot Soto is at the plate. He has only hit 1 home run and only 2 doubles against lefties. He's actually been pretty good against left-handed pitching. You look at him, his average is 400, which average is, it's a little bit reductive. But we go down to his advanced stats. Slugging is higher, 567 against lefties. OPS of 1.092 is incredibly good against lefties. That ISO rate is low. We want it higher than that. But everything else shows you an incredibly good pitcher against good hitter against left-handed pitching. I mean, like runs above average based on WOBA with all these nerd stats, high against lefties. And you look at Matthew Boyd, you look at his splits against lefties, nothing that scary. No, he hasn't given up a home run to a left-handed hitter. He's given up 4 home runs to righties in 42 plate appearances against a left-handed hitter. That's a decent amount, but it's the same thing. I'm not scared. Average higher, slugging slightly higher. The fact that his slugging is higher despite not giving up a home run to a lefty kind of shows you that he's been hit hard by lefties. WOBA, higher. So Juan Soto's plus 500. I don't think he should be. I'm happy to take advantage of that. That is our fourth and final pick of the video. And I'll do a recap of all 4. I'll talk about my leans, and then we'll get out of here. Jackson Merrill to hit a home run. And remember, I'm upping his unit size a little bit to 0.3. But then it's Corbin Carroll, it's Juan Soto, it's Tyler Soderstrom, taking all of those guys to hit a home run. If all 4 of them hit a home run, we will profit. I think it's like 4.6 units or something like that, like around that number. If all 4 of these guys hit a home run, it's 4.6 exactly. If 1 hit a home run, we're making money. Let's hope that happens. In terms of leans, I was debating going back to some of these guys on the Dodgers. They're going up against Zach Gallen, who has not really been good this year. Ohtani at plus 265 is not terrible, but I was hoping it's a little bit better. And then Freeman at plus 520. Honestly, between the two, because of the odds, I would actually go with Freeman. It's a slightly better matchup from a just strictly batter versus pitcher perspective. Plus 8 for Ohtani, plus 9 for Gallen. I don't want to have multiple guys in this game again in case there's a game like yesterday where, 3-0, something like that. But it would be Freeman over Ohtani. Ozuna, I really like, but he's got a tough matchup, and I hate taking right-handed hitters at PNC Park. I don't know if you guys know this, but you look at this outfield at PNC. Why is this? Why make it so much wider at this left field porch for right-handed hitters? I mean, you look at for righties, it's disgusting. I mean, the average the home run chances for a right-handed hitter that pulls it is not good. So I really don't like taking righties at PNC Park, and that's why you see Ozuna. I mean, you're not getting a terrible price at plus 420, but it's got to be better than that. Especially because the pitching matchup, Molzinski, Carmen, is not terrible, not a super dong baller either. So that's why I held off of Ozuna. Grisham, hot at the plate. Got a decent matchup against Severino. Plus 400, plus 425. I wanted a little bit better. Granted, that weather is pretty good, but Severino does not allow a lot of fly balls. Severino's worse against lefties, but he's not really a fly ball pitcher. He's more of a kind of a contact guy. So that's why I held off of Grisham. Corey Seager and Kerry Carpenter each are hitting nuke after nuke. I mean, Seager hit 2 home runs yesterday. They both have tough pitching matchups. Seager is going up against Reese Olson, who is a ground ball guy. Granted, I mean, Seager's at plus 550, so you're kind of like my Soto argument. The odds are taking that into account. Same thing with Kerry. Nathan Eovaldi, not a super home run guy, but you're getting him at plus 520. So the odds are taking that into account. You want to go with Seager or Kerry, I don't blame you. And then the 2 Philly guys, both of them had really good days at the plate yesterday, especially Harper, who not only did he hit a home run, but finally started to put that ball in the air. You look at his exit velocity, 110.6 home run, 421 feet, 107.1, just didn't quite have the launch angle, and then 103, 374 feet. Amazing day at the plate from Bryce. He needed that. Kepler wasn't that far behind him, 381 feet, 99.9 miles per hour off the bat, 99 miles per hour off the bat, 343 feet. So 2 good guys to hit a home run. Ballpark Pal doesn't love this game, which, that's not the end-all be-all, but 450 for Bryce isn't terrible. And then for Kepler, 540 also isn't terrible. So, you want to take one of those 2 guys. I don't blame you. I don't like having more than 4 on my card. If you wanted to play the leans, how I would recommend it is you take out probably Ohtani and you take out one of these 2 Philly guys, probably Kepler, and then you just round robin the rest. So you would round robin Bryce, Kerry, Corey, Trent, Azuna, and Freddie Freeman. 2 of those guys hit a home run. That round robin's profitable, but that's just a lot on home runs for my taste. So however you want to play it, I'm not going to judge you. However you want to play it, it's fine with me. But that's all we got. So check out Ballpark Pal. Check out my Tails account. Appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to bet responsibly, and have a good one.